Just waiting to see if anybody pops in. Hi, I'm not sure who's here, but good morning. Today I want to go do a flip through of this new coloring book that I got. I've never done grayscale coloring before, so this should be interesting. I really like, if you haven't seen this coloring book, it is so nice. So it's Surreal Fantasy by Color My Art by Kyuko, I believe. It's really hard to say. I'm not sure how it would be pronounced, but the images are just absolutely darling. I'm looking forward to learning how to color grayscale. A lot of people say that it's easier than line drawing because you got the highlights and the shading already provided, but it looks really intimidating to me. So this coloring book has 24 images, and I have 2 sets of each image. Aren't these gorgeous? I absolutely love them, and I just noticed that the autofocus is on. If that starts to bother you, let me know, please. The paper is really thin, but it's got a lot of tooth. And I don't think it says what kind of paper it is, but let's look. It says that dry media such as colored pencils and pastels are recommended for this book. Wet media such as markers and watercolors might bleed through paper. I suggest placing several sheets of paper or a sheet of card between the pages to prevent any bleed through. Okay, I am going to see if I can change the settings for autofocus. Bear with me here because I am really new to live streaming, and I know the last time I live streamed, I was able to turn off the autofocus, and at the moment I have no idea where that was. I do not remember, so bear with me here just for a second while I look to see if I can turn that autofocus off. Okay, let's try that. So all of the images are really cute like this. If you like the traditional big-eyed girl art, you will really love this. Like I said, it's got a really, it's really thin paper. I'm really surprised by the tooth that is in the paper with it being so thin. Absolutely adorable. I love the expressions on their face. I like the fact that the highlights are, you can really see them, because for me, I do not know enough yet to know where to put highlights. Shadows is one thing, but highlights really is intimidating to me. I've also, this is my first coloring book that has some of the backgrounds already black. And I'm not sure if I like it. I guess it would depend really on the colors that you choose to make that pop right off the page. But their faces are just adorable. Absolutely adorable. I love the flowers. I love the little animals that are in each scene. This is probably one of my favorite spreads. I don't know why. It's really... I honestly have no idea why I love this so much, but it calls to me. And the expression on her face is just beautiful. Oh, let me say the one thing. If you haven't seen this book before, you haven't seen the content, there's no actual nudity, but they, like this one, you know, you can see her panties. There's no actual nudity, but you can definitely see that they are not wearing any clothes, but they're behind things. And I know a lot of the Facebook groups that I am in for coloring are really PG rated. So I don't know whether or not you could post, even though it's not nude, it gives the impression, you know, that they are nude. So I don't know how that's going to work. Beautiful, beautiful flower. I absolutely love them. So when I look at this and I see the shadows and the highlights, it looks like it would be easy to follow. But I'm so new. Like, I'm really new. I've colored one full picture. So, like I said, very, very new. So I have, I bought 5 new coloring books in the last week, and everyone is quite different. And I wanted that so that I could get experience and really find what I like the most. I'm big into like dress forms and corsets and stuff like that. So this is one of my favorite images in the whole book. That little bird. I don't know. Can you see how detailed the little wings are? It looks like fuzz. It's just so cute. And I'm not sure if the artist is male or female. I should really go and look. Possibly has a Yahoo group, you know, like a lot of the popular artists do. See, there's something in the expression of her face that is so realistic to me. Reminds me of Little Red Riding Hood. I'm not really, I know it's abstract, but I'm not really sure if that's supposed to be her hat or, yeah, I don't know. So, do you see what I mean by there's no actual nudity, but some of them are not wearing very much? So she has that little sheet over top of her, but you definitely know she's not wearing anything else. And there's the image from the cover. Cute little bunny rabbit. Another one of my favorite pictures. Even though there's 2 copies in here, as I'm doing with all my other books, I'm terrified to actually color inside the book because I'm afraid I'm going to mess it up. So I'm photocopying them all and leaving the books pristine until I feel more comfortable and confident in my ability. I love her eye in this one. So I don't know if that is, I think it's a male, but I'm not 100% sure. There doesn't appear to be a lot of definition there, but still kind of weird. This one is cute as well. The little cat mask. And it looks like it's kind of mermaid-like, right? This should be interesting. The background. And if the paper had been maybe a bit thicker, on the more mixed media type paper. Hello, I'm not sure who came in, but hi. This would look good watercolor, I think, the background. And here is another of the images. I haven't done hair like this before, where it's literally just strands. So that will be interesting for sure. Again, this is what I meant by no nudity, but they are obviously naked. So I'm not sure whether or not these images would be allowed to be posted in a PG non-nudity type of book, because they are nude, but you know, you can't see anything. If either of you have an idea about how that would work, please let me know. This one, obviously she's nude, so this one wouldn't be able to be used in the group. This is an interesting image. Are those like, I think those are like ram horns or something like that. Love the expression and her mouth being open just a smidge. And I believe we're back to the beginning of, yeah. So my opinion is I was surprised about how thin the paper is, and yet there's still a really good tooth to the paper. I have never personally colored on anything that felt like this, so that will be interesting when I do start coloring. There's 2 of every image, and I think that it's going to be really fun to color in this when I build up enough confidence to actually color. So I am going to say goodbye for the moment. I'm going to come back on in a little bit. I've got 3 more coloring books to flip through. A couple of them are really, really familiar, and I'm sure everybody has seen them by now. But I also want to do a flip through of the instructional books that I got yesterday and on Friday, I believe. Dee Dee Willingham is the one who recommended this book, The Colorist Special Effects. And this one here, it has a lot of stuff. There's hair tutorials, eyes, lips, animal fur, gems, metal, that kind of thing. This one is really, I'll just give you a quick look at, so there's how to create a glow. There's a metal crown, some flowers and clouds. So I'm going to do a flip through of this. And while we were in live stream and Dee Dee was talking about this book, one of the other girls in the chat recommended this. And I got this one first, and the graphics are amazing. And the instructions are step-by-step with pictures for each tutorial. There's a bit of as you see in the front here, information. You've got, you know, how to scrumble, which is, if you're not aware, little small circles with your pencil crayon. Hatching, cross hatching, stippling. So it shows you all the different things that you can do with all different types of media, markers, watercolors, gel pens. So there's quite a bit of information, and then we get into the lesson. And here is where I find I have learned a lot. I again photocopied the pictures, because at the very back of this book is where all the images are for, and there's extras as well. So you get to really practice, because there's not just the initial flower. You can use those techniques on some of the other ones. But like I said, I have done this tutorial for this beautiful flower, and I've also done the tutorial for this. This one here was using Vaseline petroleum jelly to blend better, and as you can see, that red really started to pop up out of the leaf and become very realistic. It gives you the supplies needed for that tutorial, the colors of your pencils. So this one here is using the Faber-Castell Polychromos. Now, if you don't have that, that's fine. You can get a conversion chart online. I bought mine off of KarenHall.com, I believe the name is. And I love the conversion. It was so easy to look at this and get this chart. It was so easy to find the equivalent in my Prismacolors. Lots of good information. I think it only cost me $15. So this is the next lesson that I'm doing. Oh, sorry about the glare. These pages are quite shiny. Maybe I can. There we go. Turn the light off to the side a little bit. It's nice and soft, and I love the fact that it's, you know, very few colors. So this is going to be my very next lesson that I do. So I will be also reviewing these books. I'm glad that you came, and I look forward to seeing you possibly in the future in other live streams. Like, I'm brand new at all of this. I'm brand new at coloring, and I'm brand new at live streaming. And we'll go from there. If you like some of what you see and you're an absolute brand new newbie like me, please feel free to like this video and subscribe so that you can see future videos that I make. And it is Thursday, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful day, and I will be back in just a little bit with a couple more flip throughs. Thank you.